Maria, you have to understand the vibe. I was trying to be all mysterious and deep, right? And I look at this girl. She's a native speaker, super sharp. And I say, yeah, honestly, I'm just so boring tonight.
Hugo, you didn't.
Oh, I did. I 100% did. And the look she gave me, it wasn't, oh, poor you. It was, yeah, clearly. She just turned around and walked away to talk to a guy who was apparently more interesting.
Because you didn't tell her you were having a bad time, Hugo. You told her that you, as a human being, are a dull, uninteresting person who drains the life out of rooms.
I know. In my head, I was thinking, I'm bored. But my mouth said, I'm boring. One little ending, Maria. One ing instead of an ed. And I'm a social outcast.
Well, technically speaking, you fell into the trap of the participle adjective. It's one of the most high-friction points for intermediate learners because it feels like a small grammar choice, but it carries massive social consequences.
Wait. Participle adjective? Maria, we talked about this. You're being a dictionary again.
I prefer curated encyclopedia. Thank you.
Here's the plain English translation, guys. Maria is talking about description words that end in ed or ing. They're like helper words for your feelings.
Welcome to the Mrs. English Interactive Podcast. I'm Maria, the structure specialist.
And I'm Hugo, your communication coach. Today, we are breaking down the identity crisis. Why saying the wrong adjective makes you sound like a robot, or worse, someone who's accidentally insulting themselves.
If you've been studying English for years but still feel robotic or awkward in conversations, you are likely a stuck intermediate. This plateau is often caused by grammar anxiety, the fear that a small mistake will make you sound foolish.
And honestly, who can blame them? English is basically trolling us at this point. I am bored means I feel the emotion. I am boring means I cause the emotion in others. It's like a trap door in the middle of a sentence.
It isn't a trap if you understand the logic, Hugo. For maximum clarity, adjectives ending in AD describe a state or a feeling. They are the experiencer adjectives. They tell us how a person feels. For example, I am tired, I am excited, I am interested.
Okay, I'm with you. Id is for the feeling inside my head.
Exactly. Now, adjectives ending in ding describe the source of that feeling. They describe the thing, the person, or the situation that is causing the emotion. The movie is tiring, the news is exciting, the book is interesting.
So if I say the movie is bored, I'm saying the movie is sitting on the couch feeling sad because it has nothing to do.
Precisely, which is logically impossible. A movie cannot have feelings. It is the source. Therefore, the movie is boring.
Let me give you guys a modern mirror to remember this, because I know your brain is starting to hurt. Think of your English like a social media profile.
Oh, here we go. A social media analogy.
Listen, it works. The ed ending is your status update. It's how you are feeling right this second. I'm tired. I'm confused. It's your personal vibe. But the ing ending, that's your content creator tag. It's what you are putting out into the world. If you tag yourself as boring, you're telling everyone that your content, your personality, is the thing making them sleepy.
That is actually quite a sophisticated way to look at it, Hugo.
Technically, Maria is right about the rules. But in the real world, this mistake is the difference between making a friend and making someone run away. I see this all the time with words like confused and confusing. If a student says, I am confusing, I have to tell them, no, you're actually very clear. You're just confused by the lesson.
And we can't forget the funny versus fun disaster. This is a classic pitfall. Many learners use funny when they mean fun.
Yes. The party was so funny. Unless a clown was there doing stand-up comedy, it probably wasn't funny, Maria. It was fun, which just means you enjoyed it.
Technically, funny is an adjective that implies something causes laughter. Fun can be an adjective or a noun that implies enjoyment. If you tell someone they are a funny person, you might be complimenting their humor. But if you tell them they are fun, you're saying they are enjoyable to be around.
See? Nuance. This is where textbooks usually lie to you and say it's easy. It's not easy. It's confusing.
It is only confusing if you don't look at the word best friends, what linguists call collocations. Certain words just like to hang out together. For instance, we say have fun, but we don't usually say have funny.
Did you hear that? Word best friends. Use that instead of collocations if you want to keep your sanity.
Fair enough. But Hugo, before we dive into the really heavy stuff, like how tenses can actually change your personality, I think we should let everyone take a breath.
Yeah, I need to go find that girl from the party and apologize. Or at least tell her I'm interesting now.
Good luck with that. We'll be right back with the meat of the lesson.
And we are back. I hope you guys grabbed a coffee, or maybe a snack, because we are moving from I'm bored to I've lived. And let me tell you, the transition is a wild ride. If you're just joining us, Maria just spent the last 10 minutes explaining why my social life is a disaster because I used the wrong description word.
I did not say it was a disaster, Hugo. I merely provided the linguistic diagnostics for your communicative malfunction.
Linguistic diagnostics. See what I mean, guys? She can't help it. But seriously, we're diving into the time travel trap now. This is where most intermediate learners get stuck. They know the rules, they can pass the test, but when they're actually talking to a boss or a friend, their brain does a 404 error.
Precisely. The focus of this segment is the tension between the past simple and the present perfect. Technically speaking, the present perfect is a bridge tense. It utilizes an auxiliary verb to link a past action to a present result.
Whoa, red alert. Maria, auxiliary verb? We talked about this. No dictionary talk.
My apologies. I meant to say we use a helper word. In this case, the word have or has.
Thank you. Much better. So guys, the present perfect is just your action word with a little helper word in front of it. But here is the thing. Why do we even need it? Why can't I just use the past simple for everything? I ate, I went, I saw. Done.
Because English is obsessed with relevance, Hugo. For maximum clarity, think of the past simple as a finished time period. When you use words like yesterday, last year, or in 1994, you are closing a door. The action happened, it ended, and the time itself is over. It is a historical record.
Okay, so the past simple is like a saved file on your computer. You finish the work, you hit save, you close the folder. It's done.
Exactly. But the present perfect is for unfinished time. This includes periods like this week, this month, or even today. Because today isn't over yet, we use a bridge. We say, I have drank 3 coffees today. Not I drank 3 coffees today, because you might still have a 4th.
Knowing me, I definitely will. But let's give them a modern mirror for this, because I know their brains are starting to sizzle. Think of the present perfect like a background app on your phone.
Go on.
So you open an app. Let's say it's a fitness tracker. You started your walk an hour ago, but the app is still running in the background. It's still active in your present life. If you use the present perfect, you're telling the listener, hey, this action started in the past, but the app is still open. If you use the past simple, you've swiped up and closed the app. It's gone.
That is an excellent analogy. It explains the result aspect perfectly. If I say, I have lost my keys, the app is still running. I still don't have my keys. But if I say, I lost my keys, I'm just telling a story about something that happened. Maybe I found them, maybe I didn't, but the event is over.
Exactly. But Maria, here's where the high friction happens. I hear students say this all the time. I have seen that movie yesterday. It sounds okay to them, but to a native speaker, it feels like wearing socks with sandals. It shouldn't happen.
That is because of the specific time rule. As soon as you add a specific time label, like yesterday or at 5 p.m., the present perfect breaks. You cannot bridge a specific, finished moment to the present. The word yesterday acts as a no entry sign for our helper word have.
It's a ghost letter situation, guys. Well, not exactly a letter, but a ghost rule. The have disappears the second you mention a specific time. You have to say, I saw it yesterday, period.
And then there's the experience trap. This is where learners get confused between their life CV and a specific event.
Ooh, the life CV. I like that. So if I'm talking about my life experiences, like I've jumped out of a plane or I've been to Tokyo, I don't say when I did it. I'm just showing you my resume.
Precisely. The time is not important. What matters is that you are still alive, and the experience is part of you. However, and this is the kicker, the moment you add a detail, you must switch back to the past simple.
Wait, let me try. So, I've been to Tokyo. I went there in 2018. Did I get it?
Perfect. You moved from the background app of your life experience to the closed folder of 2018.
Boom. Guys, don't overthink it. If you mention a date, kill the have. If you're just bragging about your cool life, keep the have.
We should also mention the verb 3 form, what textbooks call the past participle. This is another high friction point. People remember go and went, but they forget gone. They remember see and saw, but they stumble on seen.
Yeah, the third form is like that one friend who never shows up to the party until the very end. You don't need it for the past simple, but you must have it for the present perfect. I have went is a no-go. It's I have gone.
Technically, I have went is a violation of the morphological structure of the tense.
And in the real world, it just makes you sound like you're glitching. Use your flashcards for those third forms, guys. They are the word best friends that have insist on hanging out with.
I think we've given them a lot to process, Hugo. The difference between a status update and a content tag and the background app of time.
I'm exhausted just thinking about it. I need to go check which apps are running in the background of my actual phone now.
Go ahead. While Hugo plays with his phone, why don't you all take a quick break? When we come back, Hugo is going to lead a real-world test to see if you can handle the most polite and most confusing structure in the English language.
Oh, it's a good one. See you in a minute. And we are back for the home stretch. If you've survived the first 2 segments, give yourself a high five. You've mastered adjectives and time-traveling tenses. Now, it's time for the final boss, the Street Smarts test.
Welcome back, everyone. While the previous segments focused on individual word choices and temporal accuracy, we are now entering the realm of pragmatic competence.
Maria. Pragmatic competence? We were doing so well. Guys, she just means not being a jerk. It's about understanding the hidden vibes in a conversation so you don't accidentally start a war at the office.
Essentially, yes. In advanced English, we use linguistic distancing to create a buffer between ourselves and our statements. It's a way of being polite, cautious, or a bit mysterious. Technically speaking, this involves using hedging language.
Hedging. There's that word again. In the real world, I call these shields. It's like you're holding up a little umbrella so the directness of your sentence doesn't soak the other person. Instead of saying, "You are wrong," which is a total vibe killer, you say, "It would seem that there might be a misunderstanding."
Precisely. One of the premier tools for this is the backshift of the present tense into the past continuous.
Wait, stop. You said it yourself, Maria. The past continuous is for actions that were happening in the past. So why on earth am I using it to ask for something right now?
Because using the past tense creates temporal distance. When you say, "I am wondering if you can help me," it's very direct and immediate. It puts pressure on the listener. But when you say, "I was wondering if you could help me," it sounds like you've been thinking about it for a while, making it less of a sudden demand and more of a gentle inquiry.
It's like a mental knock on someone's door. You're not just bursting in, you're saying, "Hey, I've been out here in the hallway thinking about this." It's much more polite.
Exactly. And for our stuck intermediates in 2025, this is the secret to sounding like a C1 speaker. We also use approximators, what I call precision reducers, like about, roughly, or sort of.
Oh, I love those. I call them bushes. You're hiding the scary facts behind a bush. Instead of "I'll be 30 minutes late," which makes your boss angry, you say, "I'll be about 20 minutes late." Sort of depends on the traffic. It gives you a safety net.
Technically, Hugo, you should still aim for punctuality. But linguistically, you are correct. Now, are you ready for the test? I've pulled some data from recent research at Trinity College London about British politisms.
Oh, this is my favorite game, the British hidden script. Okay, guys, listen up. I'm going to give you a phrase that a British person might say in an office in 2025. You have to guess what they actually mean. Maria, give us the first one.
Scenario 1. Your British colleague looks at your project proposal and says, "With all due respect."
Ooh, that's a dangerous one. If you think they respect you, you're in trouble. Translation. I think you're wrong, and I'm about to tell you why. It's a buffer for a strong opinion.
Correct. How about this one? You suggest a new idea for the marketing campaign, and your manager says, "That's an interesting idea."
Social disaster alert. In the UK, if someone says your idea is interesting, they usually mean that is a terrible or ridiculous idea. They are using an understatement to avoid a direct confrontation because 83% of Britons avoid conflict at all costs.
It's true. The research shows that "I hear what you're saying" often translates to "I completely disagree, and I want to stop talking about this now."
It's a total shield move. But now, let's look at the American side of things. In the US, we're more direct, but we have our own secret weapon, the optimism sandwich.
A sandwich? Is that a technical term, Hugo?
Only in the school of street smarts, Maria. The bread is something positive. The meat is the actual critique or bad news. Then you put another piece of positive bread on top. So instead of, your report is messy, an American might say, I love your energy on this. We need to fix the formatting because it's a bit chaotic right now, but I know you're going to nail the final version.
That is a very egalitarian way to communicate. It prioritizes clarity while maintaining rapport. For maximum clarity, remember that softening words like just, maybe, and perhaps are your best friends here.
Exactly. Could you just take a look at this? Is way better than look at this.
We've covered so much today, from the identity crisis of participle adjectives to the background apps of the present perfect, and finally, the shields and sandwiches of polite conversation.
I'm officially tired, not tiring, Maria. But before we go, we need to give the guys the text message summary.
Yes, here is your TLDR for today's deep dive.
Text message summary. Don't be a grammar robot. Use ed for your feelings and ing for the cause. Keep the present perfect app running for your life experiences, but kill the have the second you mention a specific time like yesterday. And remember, use I was wondering to soften your requests. It's the ultimate social shield.
Beautifully summarized, Hugo.
Thanks, Maria, and thank you everyone for joining us. If this helped you feel a little less confused and a little more confident, do us a favor.
Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive.
We want to hear from you in the comments. Tell us about a time you used the wrong adjective and it turned into a disaster. We've all been there. Trust me, I'm the king of it.
We will see you next time on the Mrs. English Interactive Podcast.
Keep practicing, keep connecting, and don't overthink it. Bye for now.
Goodbye.